All right, I'm gonna start this motherfucker.
Start it.
And
Start
we're
me
not.
up.
You're not planning to do like a whole like fucking half an hour on Madonna, right? You can have
I
8 minutes, 10 minutes.
okay, a 10-minute.
Why? What did you write? 15 pages?
I have thoughts. I have thoughts. But I will try to limit it as long as I I promise not to go off on any splintered tangents
I
about
don't
Madonna.
trust you. I don't trust you at all.
But we gotta get it
But
in
I
though.
have the power to edit you. Yeah. He tried to get me to edit something last week after I'd already finished the fucking show.
Well, no, I mean, I just thought about it for a minute and I was like, oh, maybe not. But then it was not
Well,
that big of a deal to
don't
me.
bring it up and make it worse. Don't bring it up. They won't even know.
It was a
I
your mama joke.
It was a
I'm
it
just kidding.
was. It was. It wasn't even that bad. You were being silly. You were being so silly.
It's your weekly pop culture roundup every Wednesday. The Swish Edition with Robbie and Walla Walla.
Town so nice they named it twice.
And Scott in Sin City.
Viva Las Vegas.
We've got all the pop culture silliness of the week you totally need to know. Brace yourselves. This is the Swish Edition.
Silly. All right, everybody. Hey, welcome to the Swish Edition. It is episode 523. It's Wednesday, July 8th. And if you tuned in to hear our take on Confessions 2, Madonna's new album, you're going to have to fast forward to the middle of the show because I'm just now listening to it here in my left ear for the first time. So I'll be listening to it while we do the first half of the show, and then I'll figure out what I think about it. So, that's kind of a good beat. I like that. Yeah. So how was your 4th of July, Robbie?
It was pretty tame.
Yeah.
I don't really go all out on 4th of July, really.
Well,
I
red, white, and blue at least.
I did wear blue and I wore a blue neck scarf.
Of course. Gay.
And but no, like usually the 4th of July weekend, I always try to do a Jaws movie marathon.
That's right.
I made my shark cupcakes with the shark fin on them with the blue icing
They were very cute.
and watch the Jaws movies and, try to beat the heat. And on actual 4th of July, I just didn't really do much. I watched Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Perfect.
I don't know. That's like a summer movie to me, right?
It is.
And then I went to when CJ got off work, we went to a friend's place just to hang out and see their new place. And then we got home like right as all the fireworks were starting, and I wanted to make sure my house didn't burn down.
Right?
Because it's dry here right now, really dry. There were like 24 fires in Walla Walla that night. I saw the report, like they release the report every year.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah,
Like just fires or houses on fire?
just fires in general
Fires,
the fire department had to respond to. So who
Right.
knows how many fires there were that they did not respond to. But the next morning there was like firework debris on my roof, and I was not
yeah.
that happy about it.
No.
I don't set off fireworks, especially when it's dry like this. But the neighbors were, and I'm not the kind that's going to complain about it. Whatever, I don't care. My cats were not scared; they were concerned. They were looking around. They heard the noises, but they saw me and CJ not reacting. So animals will sometimes react the way you do about stuff.
Right.
If you get scared, they'll get
For
scared.
sure.
So we were calm. We were just CJ and I were watching a movie called Frogs. When we
Okay.
got home, it was dark. We watched Frogs. It's a 70s ecological horror film about a bunch of reptiles that start killing people for polluting the environment.
Plenty.
It stars Sam Elliott before he had his mustache. It's kind of fun, actually. It's like real animals, crazy settings. It's set on 4th of July. A giant frog, like a normal frog, but a big one, jumps on a cake that has an American flag on it is so patriotic.
Nice. I'll have to check that out.
So we watched that
Not.
while the fireworks were going off all around our house.
Wow, that's really fun. What did we watch? I don't remember if we watched anything. I think we were just drinking and stuff. And just like you, well, we can't go out on 4th of July, not at night, because so many people do illegal fireworks here in Vegas that it's basically an epidemic. And I've had, just like you, I've had firework parts land in my yard. I've had rockets. One year we had 3 rockets in the backyard. I'm always afraid my trees are going to catch on fire. It's scary. They had 14 complete losses of houses here in the valley here in Vegas on Saturday night. 14 houses burned to the ground because fucking fireworks.
So I think, okay, I'm not one to rain on someone's parade. When I was a kid, I loved fireworks. As an adult, I don't love them as much as I did as a kid, especially as a homeowner and a responsible adult. I think maybe you should rein it in a little bit and not do them on your street in the middle of the street. Maybe go to a professional fireworks show instead of doing these ghetto street things that don't even do much, and then they're gonna burn you or your friends or your kids or your house.
What do you mean don't even do much? I don't know what you're talking about, because the ones that the people were doing right at the end of my cul-de-sac were the fucking professional ones that go up into the sky and explode, just like they do at major shows.
Well, things have gotten more advanced over the years.
Yeah,
people
these
do
people
have those now.
Stuff. Yeah, it was crazy.
But how much money are people putting into this stuff?
I don't know. And where are they going? Because
especially in this economy when it's people are complaining about affording things. Oh, but you can buy like $1,000 worth of fireworks.
People have money. It's all a big lie. But they're obviously spending them on fireworks because they went all friggin' night on Saturday night. And they must go to other states or Mexico because you can't buy them here in Nevada. So I don't know. Every year I'm pissed, and I did pull my phone out twice, and I did. They have a special website for reporting illegal fireworks.
And you reported illegal fireworks?
I fucking did, yes, because I was pissed.
I don't think I'm that much of a Scrooge, but unless my house caught on fire,
they're illegal. These people are illegally doing something that jeopardizes my dogs' lives and my property. So yeah, I'm protecting my property. Did it help? No, because the police can't go everywhere and there are fireworks everywhere. Like I said, we have 2.5 million people. So, and at least half of them were shooting off fire. Anyway, I'm not going to go on.
Does the rest of the world have this much of an obsession with fireworks that America does? I know that they do them on New Year's and stuff like that, but I mean, clearly we're the only country that actually celebrates Independence Day because it's our Independence Day. But I mean, I know New Year's is the second biggest holiday for fireworks.
Well, there's certainly fireworks in other countries. Like you see them on New Year's Eve when they show, what is it, Sydney, Australia, which is the first one.
What I'm specifically wondering is not the professional shows, but the homeowners that just do them in their yard or their street.
No, I bet you're right.
I bet you that's strictly an American thing because it's so déclassé, you know what I mean?
Like ranch dressing.
No, right. No offense to the people I know and love that do that, but
no, it is. Why would you say that? Offense to them. I hate you. Because you're doing something illegal that's jeopardizing all the homes around you. So fucking stop doing it. I almost marched out there, except I don't want them to fucking hate me. So I didn't.
In your bathrobe and curlers and face mask.
And with my rolling pin in my hand. Can you imagine?
I'm calling the cops.
Oh my God. We hang out with these people every Halloween because all of my neighbors on the end of our cul-de-sac, we all go out and put tables around the end of the cul-de-sac and we sit and drink and give out candy instead of letting the kids come to the front door. So
do you live on Knott's Landing or something?
It's basically looks like that, yes.
Well, so then it would be super awkward to go out there and yell at your neighbors.
Well, that's
on
why
4th of July.
Right. That's why I
Like,
didn't
it's
do.
awkward to like be friendly with somebody and then have to go yell at them about something.
Right. Exactly. I know. And I
Which is
just got
why I
yelled.
don't want to have kids, because I don't want to have to yell at them about stuff.
Right. My neighbor on this side, on the east side of me, caught me when I was going to the mailbox the other day, and he's like, I think you're watering your plants too much. And I'm like, because it's seeping through the wall into my yard. And I'm like,
Oh
well,
my God.
I'm like, well, I'm trying to keep them alive.
How
We do
old
live
is
in a
that
desert.
person? How old was that person?
I don't know. I'm sure he does not listen to this show.
I was
He's
going to say,
probably-
does he listen to the show? Because we about to drag him.
He's probably my age. He's probably my age, maybe a little older.
Did he come up there with his hand on his hips? I think you're watering those plants a little too much.
No, he didn't say I think you are. He said you are. And no, he's a Chinese guy, and they own a Chinese restaurant. So
Okay, well then I take it back, because I don't know. I'm not that mad about it now. I'm thinking if it was an older like white guy that's trying to tell you as another white guy what you're supposed to be doing.
you'd be mad at the white guy, but
yes.
you can't be mad at the old Asian
No,
guy.
I think the old Asian guy is actually really trying to be helpful. That's what I
I'm
think.
sure he is.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is.
Is genuinely trying to be helpful, where in my head, an older white guy is just trying to mansplain to you that you are watering your plants too much. Does that make sense?
I guess.
When I just read an article where you're not supposed to ask people if that makes sense, it's kind of condescending. So I'm trying not to say that, but I used to have a boss that used to say it, so then I started saying it, and now it's turning into a whole thing.
I do lots of things that I hate when other people do them. So I think we're all like that. I mean, listen, I cannot stand when people start a sentence by saying, listen. It's like so it is so fucking stupid. It's like, why don't you just start talking? You don't need to say, listen. Like, you know what I mean? It's the same thing.
Haven't you ever been in that moment when you're with a large group of people and you're talking, and then all of a sudden some other people start off with their own little side chat, and you're still talking, and it's like, bitch, are you even listening to me?
Most people don't listen to each other. They're most concerned about what they're going to say, and they're thinking about the next thing they're going to say. They're not listening to you. I hardly ever listen to you when we do the show. Well, I just tune out.
If we had Slap-O-Vision, this hand would go.
Well, you're going to get that chance in 2 weeks, right? Is it 2 weeks?
I think it's 3.
3 weeks.
I'm still working on my summer body. I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, we're not doing the show naked, but we. But
do we have like a stylist that can fit me into something flattering?
Should I hire a makeup person?
No, we don't need a makeup person. I can do my own makeup, Scott.
We do have to coordinate. We do have to coordinate what we're gonna wear, I guess.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be in Vegas. I can go buy something.
You don't have to buy something. And you don't have to dress up.
Or I can buy it with the tag on and then return it before I leave. No, I am not that. I am not that person. That was just a joke.
Person?
No, I'm not that tacky. Are you kidding?
I've never done that. I've never done that.
I might be tacky, but I'm not that tacky.
I think women do that more than men do that.
I would no. I mean, honestly, if I buy something, it means I want to keep it.
Yeah.
And I don't really return stuff.
And are you conscious though when you go out? Are you like, okay, hold on. The last time I saw XYZ, who we're seeing tonight, I was wearing this. I need to make sure I'm not wearing that this time because I was wearing it the last time I saw them. Do you think about that stuff? Because I think about that stuff.
Sometimes I do. I do. Yeah. Well, especially if it's an outfit that's very noticeable. Like, oh, it's like I have this really loud, like, I think I don't know if I wore it or not on the show, but it's like, it's a black top that has, it's very like shiny. I wear it to when I go to concerts and stuff. So that's memorable. I'm not going to wear that more than a couple of times a year kind of
thing. And the Robin Hood shirt.
The Robin Hood shirt is very memorable, but I do like to wear that like, I'll wear it like a couple of times through the summer. Yeah. And then I do know somebody who, I'm not going to say who it is because they probably don't listen to the show, but who knows? But I like the shirt that they wear, but they wear it all the time. And I notice it every time because it's very noticeable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, damn, that shirt must get washed a lot.
I try to cycle. Yeah, that is funny. I try to cycle my stuff. And I actually had to run back upstairs a couple weeks ago. We were on our way to Mandalay Bay or somewhere. And I'm like, oh shit, I can't wear this. This is what I wore last time we went there. And Dale's like, are you fucking kidding me? And I'm like,
Dale
yeah.
doesn't know. Dale just doesn't understand.
Dale does not give a shit. He does not give a shit.
When I was in high school, my sister had gifted me on my birthday this blue shirt. It was like this color blue, and it was a smiley face right here, like a standard big gratuitous smiley face.
Yeah.
It was a great shirt, but I loved it so much I wore it all the fucking time, and
You
it sort of turned into this inside joke with people that knew me. They're like, "Oh, he's wearing that smiley face shirt again." Like,
that's fucking hilarious.
I know if my friend Brooke is listening, she's gonna be like, I know this shirt you're talking about. And if you look through old pictures of me from like 1999 to 2000, you will see me in that smiley face shirt a lot. Yeah.
I'm sure you have lots of pictures of
I wore that shirt so I didn't have to smile.
Do you still have it?
Okay, if I do have it, it's in my mom's attic. And I probably did save it because there were some clothes that I really liked that I thought, oh, this will be like a time capsule at one point, which I guess I'm right because 90s is so back now.
Well, there's probably money up there, dude.
I had one of my favorite things. You know, everybody had a favorite thing they wore in high school. My favorite thing, I had this corduroy jacket, which was corduroy jackets were extremely popular in the mid to late 90s. I had a corduroy jacket that zipped up and it was black. And I wore that thing so much. I wore it everywhere. And I definitely kept that because that was just a part of me. But I don't know. Next time I go up there, I don't know. I might look for it or something.
You should. My mom and dad told me that there's tons of stuff in the attic that was mine when I was a kid. And I'm like, well, one, I'm like 56 years old now. Why do you still have my kids' stuff in your attic? That's just
number
insanity.
two. That stuff is probably so worth money if it's
what I just said.
If it's still nice.
See, he's not listening to me.
I did hear that part about the clothes, but now you're talking about toys.
The stuff in the attic. I know. So I need to get back there and like figure it out, man.
Okay,
Right?
so my mom's attic. When I grew up, I was really big into Playmobil toys. I don't know if were you into those? And I had a ton of Playmobil. So there's a bunch of that up there, but it's all open and been played with and been sitting in an attic for 30 years in the elements. Who knows what it's like now, but you can't find that stuff. I mean,
you know what I have here in the house? I have the airport and the airplane.
From Playmobil?
Yeah. They're downstairs.
See, I was big into like the knights in armor, and my brother had all the pirate stuff. Oh, I was big into the turn of the century people that lived in like England or London that had like the house and like the turn of the century clothing and all that. That was what I was into. And it came, you could buy stuff like tables and chairs and individual dishes. It was, I was gay as shit.
That sounds like it sounds like a fucking dollhouse is what that sounds like.
I know, it's like a dollhouse. But I never had the fucking house. I got all the shit that goes into the house, but nobody ever got me the house. Probably because my dad was like, I ain't buying no damn dollhouse for this boy.
Right. That's why you didn't have it. That's funny. Well, you should go find yourself one now. Go to eBay. See if you can find one.
Those things are probably, but it was like, I remember looking at it in the catalog. I was like, oh, I want this house, but it was so expensive that I knew that I would never get it. I mean, it was probably like $100, but back then, unattainable.
That was a lot. Yeah. Crazy. But
okay.
It's fine.
So you sent me this clip today, and I did watch it.
Yeah.
So I know that you hate this movie or have strong feelings against it.
Okay.
So Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the 1971 movie starring Gene Wilder and a bunch of kids that we don't remember their names, Peter Holstrom maybe. So I was obsessed with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory as a kid, but as an adult, I still like it. but I can understand why somebody wouldn't like it because it is really weird. But now they're doing a Wonka reality show on Netflix, and I had my doubts, especially since the controversy about AI voicing for Gene Wilder, who has been dead for how long?
Years, decades,
But
at least a decade.
But his wife and estate is fine with it. So if they're fine with it, then I'm fine with it. I generally dislike AI, but so they used his voice for the trailer. And it sounds like the way he sounded when he was in the movie, which I don't know, it's kind of nostalgic to hear it. And I'm not mad about this. It's not like they're using a hologram of him, which I think would be kind of weird. But anyway, so the Netflix got the permission from Gene Wilder's estate to recreate his voice. So they got permission, and his wife is actually delighted to introduce the actor to a new generation, which I think is great too, because I mean, Gene Wilder was fun, Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles. He was big in the 70s, and yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, he didn't really do much in the 80s. So it's called Wonka's Golden Ticket. And so winners and their partners will face a series of challenges to win a lifetime supply of chocolate. Ha, just kidding. We don't know what the prize is, but
I researched and I couldn't figure out what the prize is. So
honestly,
they might not have said yet.
So in 2026, nobody is going to do anything for a lifetime supply of chocolate.
No. Well, chocolate's really expensive now, though.
Yeah, but I mean, we want cold hard cash, right? Or cryptocurrency or something.
If there's an option for cash, I'll take the cash option every single time. Yes.
Or there could be a show called Killing for Crypto or something. I don't know, right?
Killing for don't give your ideas away for free. Keep them to yourself.
So it airs on September 23rd. So this fall on Netflix. Are you going to be watching?
No. No, because one, I am not a fan of the movie. I was a huge fan of the book. My mom, my mom, I think, read it to us when we were small, and then I read it again several times when I started reading on my own.
Yeah,
but I always thought the movie was kind of creepy and
it is
annoying.
Very creepy. It is.
I
very
found it
creepy.
annoying, yeah, and frustrating. And I thought Willy Wonka himself was just fucking mean.
So I don't think he's mean.
He's mean in most of the movie.
He's got a mean streak, but I think he's excessively I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but he's a little sinister, right?
Yes, he's definitely sinister.
And I think he hates kids. Actually, no, I don't think he hates kids, because he ultimately ends up loving Charlie.
Bad kids.
But he is very cynical about things, and it sounds like he's gone through some shit in his life, is what it sounds like. I want the Wonka backstory is what I want.
Well,
but unlike you, I do like the movie, and when as a kid, I watched it a lot. But yes, it is dark and at times disturbing.
Didn't they do the backstory with the Timothée Chalamet version?
But you're right, they did. But you know what? I didn't want to watch that.
No, I didn't watch it, and I didn't watch the Johnny Depp one either, because I don't need to see. I just didn't want to.
Yeah, okay, I take it back. They did do the backstory, I guess, but I don't think it's the backstory that I wanted. And I did see the Johnny Depp version back in 2005 when it came out, but I didn't like it.
No, I thought he would look very super creepy in that.
He did, and there was a lot of
all
CGI.
All the Oompa Loompas were CGI, and they all were the exact same actor.
Yeah, which takes away the fun. But
I think so.
Anyway, but speaking of AI, I'm
not done talking about this, because I wanted to say that I disagree with you about bringing Wilder back for this. I think it's a mistake, and I think it's creepy, and I don't like it. And we've talked about that on the show before. I think the only one I will accept is James Earl Jones as Darth Vader, and all the rest of them, I think it's wrong, and I just don't like it. And I want to write an open letter to all living actors, singers, voiceover artists, anyone who uses their voice and likeness for entertainment purposes. Please put in your will that you do not want this to happen after you die. You know, Michael Caine did it. Michael Caine is voicing audiobooks now. He's dead. Stan
Michael
Lee
Caine is not dead.
or he. Are you sure?
Yeah, Michael Caine is not dead. But while we talk about this, I'm going to fact check it just to be 1,000% sure.
Okay, well, we talked about this on the show before. I don't know if you and I talked about it, but we've been on the show before that Michael Caine sold the rights to his voice to be used to make audiobooks, but he's not actually going to do it. So I have a huge problem. I have a huge
Michael
problem
Caine
with
is
that.
very much alive, but he's 93 years old.
Is he very much alive, Robbie?
Very much alive.
I don't think you're very much alive at 93, but I could be wrong.
He's still breathing.
He's not working.
Well, he's retired. He's retired. Like everyone keeps obsessingly saying that Madonna should do.
She should. Anyway, all right. So I won't go on any more tangents today.
I just got silent because I'm about to drag you.
When?
When I do my Madonna review later.
Right.
Yes, we're doing the Madonna review for her brand new album later, so stay tuned. But no, Michael Caine, yes, I knew he was alive. I just had to triple check.
Got it.
No, like, okay, so here's the thing about AI. Yes, I do not like AI because it's scary, because we don't know what it's going to do. We don't know the power of AI is endless. It could replace everything.
Everything.
And that's not a nice thing to think about. And I don't want things I love to be replaced with a robot or artificial intelligence, which is what AI stands for. But okay, so here's where I think AI could be fun, right? Say for instance, like I don't know, maybe say for instance your favorite movie star is Marlon Brando. All right, Marlon Brando has been dead for a couple of decades at this point. Like me, I love Betty Davis and Joan Crawford. They've both been dead for eons. What if AI could put them in a movie together again?
No.
You don't like that idea?
I absolutely hate that idea. I'm
But
totally
if it was done in a nice way, like
no, this is exactly why like, a couple months ago I said when they're putting Val Kilmer in a movie that's out this summer or something. No. There are plenty of living people who are actors and trying to get work in films that can make new movies and new TV shows. You don't need a new Joan Crawford movie. Watch the fucking old ones.
I love the old ones, and I will. I just think it might be an interesting project and experiment to see how it would work.
You can do it yourself.
But that doesn't look good. I've seen these people do these stupid AI things. Like, I want a professional shit.
But it's getting better every day. This is what I say. I also had this tangent last week about the number of AI written books that are for sale on Amazon.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
How fucking stupid do you have to be to buy an AI written book? All you need to do is to ask your own computer to write you the fucking book, and then it's free. People are idiots.
Yeah, no, that's terrible.
If you're not buying a book written by a human writer, because I am a writer and I've written 9 books, then you're a douche and I don't even want to be your friend.
No, I would never buy an AI book that I knew was AI. Right, if they fooled me or something, but I would be able to tell because I'd be reading some garbage. You can always tell when AI has written something because I see it in news stories and all. I'm like, oh, this is written by AI.
And Amazon is requiring you to have a stamp on the product that says.
Well, I think AI is listening to us. AI is listening to us right now, and they're gonna kill us when they take over, like Skynet and Terminator, because we're talking bad about them.
It's very possible. It's very possible that something like that could happen to us.
Before they do that, I want them to do Betty Davis and Joan Crawford before I go. I just want to see it. But anyway, I mean, no. Ultimately, I don't like AI, but
good. Well, what does Madonna think about? What does Madonna think about AI?
Madonna does not like AI, she's an artist. Of course, she doesn't like AI. I mean, I don't like AI, so I agree with her on what she had to say in Vogue Italia. She's on the cover this month in a great spread, I might say.
Probably got a leg spread.
She does, and she's allowed to.
She's allowed to, but And I didn't even see the pictures, but I just knew that's what the picture is because she's done it too much.
Well, she's not. So the picture is sort of okay. Do you remember the first famous picture of Marilyn Monroe from the 40s that I think ended up in Playboy? She wasn't. She was nude, but you couldn't see much. But she's laying down on like a bed, and she's sort of at a profile. That's sort of the look that Madonna does on the cover of Italian Vogue, and it looks good actually. I will say it because I'm not one that's gonna say that everything she does looks good, but this looked good.
Well, if you guys are watching on YouTube, I just put the Italian Vogue cover
Up.
so
It
you
looks
can see what
good.
it looks
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
And so she gets really candid in this interview, and she talks about stuff. She said that the AI and algorithms run counter to the way artists should approach making art. They're the opposite of taking risks. This is Madonna's quote. She says, algorithms and artificial intelligence are the opposite of taking risks. And to me, that is the opposite of making art. Although, Scott, you did put in here in parentheses, though it should be noted, Madonna's Confessions 2 short film relied on AI artists. But what were the AI artists?
I don't know. That's the article I read only said that one sentence. So I would have to do more research to find out why they.
Because if she is
that.
so much against AI, I feel like she would veto this. But unless it was absolutely necessary.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And you know what else? There's another artist that, has ties to Madonna in some ways that also is speaking out against AI. So Weird Al Yankovic. The tie I'm talking about is he did a parody of Madonna's Like a Virgin back in 1985 called Like a Surgeon, which if you don't know it, go look it up on YouTube. It's kind of hilarious. He does a whole video.
He has a bunch of fun ones.
Yeah, his stuff is great. His 80s stuff is awesome. And no one was safe from Weird Al Yankovic back then. If you were big enough to be parodied, you should have been honored. Also, Weird Al had like a fake. It wasn't fake. Yeah, it was fake. It was like a fake documentary or biopic starring I forget who, and Madonna makes an appearance in it. Not the real Madonna, but Rachel Evan Wood playing Madonna in Weird Al's fake biopic. Oh, it's the guy that Daniel Radcliffe played him. Did you see it?
I knew about it. I did not see it.
It's weird, but I mean, I've seen clips. I didn't watch the whole thing. So, but anyway, speaking of Weird Al, Weird Al says he will not be a poster boy for AI. He's pulled out of doing an AI advertisement, even though he was going to be getting a nice pile of money, which means that Weird Al does not sell out. So we love Weird Al. I love that he didn't sell out. He probably already has enough money, but he originally said yes to the business-focused software ad. But when he found out it was AI driven, he says, I'm not a fan of AI. I'm not down with that.
Good for him.
And I want to give him a high five.
Yeah.
But he's in the middle of his bigger and weirder tour right now. And I kind of want to see him on tour. I would love to do that. He'll be in Erie, Pennsylvania tonight and in Vegas on September 18th. Well, Erie, Pennsylvania is really far away from where I am. But Vegas is not that far, but I'm already going to be there in July. So I don't know if I'm coming back for September.
You can't come every month.
Amish Paradise is a classic.
I love that. So Robbie's
I think that might be his best.
Yeah, Robbie's doing my story, so I just let him keep going. But yeah, the whole story was mine, which is why
Scott, I totally went into your story.
Which is why he's skipping over the words that, because Amish Paradise is actually my favorite. And I also love the Eat It video from Beat It.
So you know what else I love? Parody I love of his is okay. Do you remember the Crash Test Dummies song called He does a great parody of that called Headline News, and he goes into the Tanya Harding story and the Lorena Bobbitt story, and the guy that got caned in Singapore for like littering or something, and he sort of does all those, and it's so good. I mean, it just it totally wraps up the whole early 90s scandal obsession. But so that's one of my favorites. But I also love White and Nerdy. Do you remember White and Nerdy?
I don't remember.
It was a parody of Ride and Dirty, that song. They see me rolling, they hate it. Yeah, so look that up. It's very funny. Very funny.
He has he's for decades now had his finger on the pulse of pop culture. And he must have notebooks where he's just constantly taking notes on things that he could use in songs. And I think he's just very smart. So,
He is.
if-
So go ahead.
I was just going to say, if he's coming anywhere near you, he's all over the country this summer.
Well,
so,
he was near me last year, but I was somewhere else. I was out of the area and I couldn't go. But since I stole your last story, why don't you steal my story?
I will, because, Kristen and I talked about Tilly Norwood a lot when she was still on the show. And actually, there's Kristen right there. I put a new picture of Kristen and me up on the wall over there.
Okay, I need to meet Kristen at some point in my life.
Yeah? Yeah, you should. She was just here a couple weeks ago. But
Where is she now?
she lives in Herndon,
East.
Virginia, just outside of, Northern Virginia.
Okay, I knew she lived somewhere over there.
They're out near Dulles Airport.
Okay.
In that neck of the woods, yeah. Anyway, we used to talk about we're doing one more AI story because you have to talk about this one, and we saw it coming. Norwood, the AI actor, will be featured. It was announced she's going to be featured in a feature film called Misaligned. It's going to be a comedy drama about AI. Surprisingly, not really. Our Particle 6 Productions AI creation will star in the hybrid production, which they're defending by saying they're going to use traditional film professionals such as directors, writers, and editors alongside the AI specialists that will be controlling everything else. I don't know how that works or why you'd bother with what writers, editors, and directors if the computer can just do it all itself, right?
I am going to boycott the hell out of this.
Well, of course, so am I.
Even so, this AI actress looks basic as fuck. Couldn't they get somebody? Couldn't they make somebody else? This girl looks like anybody on the street.
She's actually pretty. I don't know if this is the best. I don't know if this
she's
is
not
the best
bad
picture
looking,
ever.
but I'm not trying to judge somebody just strictly based on the looks. I want someone that looks interesting. I
never
don't care if
would.
that means I don't care if that means that they're ugly or pretty. Somebody that looks like interesting,
ask your computer. Yeah.
Like I want this bitch to look like Sandra Bernhard. You know what I mean? Like
I cannot believe that you just said that because it is exactly what I was going to say.
Right? Because I love Sandra Bernhard and she's got like a face that is worth remembering. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to describe it, but that's the kind of shit I love. Like somebody that is unique and not this basic hoe here. She looks like she works at Starbucks.
She does.
And she probably writes your name wrong when she puts your order down.
No, because she knows everything, because she's a computer. She knows everything about everybody.
This is only the beginning. You know that, right?
I know it's just the beginning, but SAG-AFTRA, the Actors Union, calls it where is it? Called it devaluing human artistry. That's what it is. It's devaluing human everything is what it's doing.
It is really dampened my parade, I'll tell you that. But
yeah, no, I hate it. I hate it, dude. It's not good. It's not good for any of us. And I'm just, I use AI every week. Every week when I
don't use AI. I don't use it.
All right, I'm telling you that I use it. I use it.
See, I feel like you hate it more than me, but you use it.
But I don't use it to create things that don't exist.
What do you use it for?
I'm trying to tell you, but every time I try to tell you, you interrupt me. Man, I swear to God, you're worse than Judge Judy. I use it every week to edit the show. So if you ever watch the YouTube version of our show and it cuts back and forth between a 2-shot, like you're publishing now, and a 1-shot of just me talking because I've been talking for a few minutes.
Yeah.
That's all AI. Are the audio levels to make sure that Robbie and I are at the same audio level. That's being done by AI. Sometimes I'll do a color correction thing. You'll see I'm a bit washed out and he's a bit more red. So I can fix that with AI. There's lots of things. AI does all of our captions.
Did you just call me red?
Well, you look a little. Well, you look redder than I do.
Okay, so you like to use AI to help things.
I don't
right?
like to do it. It just it makes otherwise it would
Well,
take me 7 or 8 hours to do
it's
something that it takes me about an hour to
so
do.
look, the only thing I'm trying to say is that AI can be beneficial to help you out, but we don't want it to take over the artistic aspects
Agreed.
of what we do. Yes.
Agreed.
And I agree with you on that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry I didn't let you get it out.
That's
I was
okay.
I was flabbergasted. My gasted was flabbered over you saying that you actually used AI, and I
I
couldn't believe it.
do. Yeah.
But
I
no,
just
I
don't use
mean,
it to create something new,
right.
you
Like
know?
I think AI should be used to do stuff that wastes our time. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like all the stuff that you just described
Right.
is helping us, right? Or
Yeah.
I don't even care if an AI robot sorts packages. I mean, I know that was somebody's job, but that
Right.
job is
No, that
so
kind of thing is going to be more and more of that's going to be automated.
right.
You're
But
right.
that's like a kind of a job where it's taxing on somebody's body so
Yeah.
bad and it's so demeaning in a way
It's
that
inevitable.
that
Yeah.
even if they really needed that job, give that person another job that's not so taxing and let a
Okay, but
robot do it.
I agree with you 100%, but what I'm worried about is you said give that person another job. Is there going to be enough jobs for everyone when computers and robots are doing all the jobs?
Well,
That's what I'm
maybe
worried about.
instead of saying give that person another job, I should have said give that person a universal basic income.
Yeah.
Or
And
is
then we're
that too
all
controversial?
Yeah, but if everyone is getting a universal whatever you just said, and we're all making the same amount of money and we're just getting by, you just have just enough money to pay your utilities and buy food. It's gonna be a pretty damn boring life because you're not gonna have any extra money to do anything.
Well, that's why I hate AI, because I don't want AI to take over all this stuff.
Hello, that's what my manifesto is all about. Yeah. Anyway, can I switch gears for a minute before we
Totally
go
switch
into
gears
the
because we need to save time for the Madonna new album review.
I wish you had remembered that 45 minutes ago.
Well, you better speed through this story.
Well, switching gears, folks. July 3rd was indeed a big day. Madonna's new album came out. Taylor and Travis got married at Madison Square Garden, and Disneyland in Anaheim, California welcomed their 1 billionth guest. 1 billion, Robbie. 1 billion people have been through the gates of that wonderful place, the wonderfulest place on earth, happiest place on earth, I think he called it. And it turns out he was an 8-year-old boy from Arizona who was there with his mom, dad, and I think sister. Maybe not. His name is Andres Robles.
Are you going to put the picture up?
Yeah, I'm going to put
for
the
everybody?
picture up.
Yeah.
There they are.
Because it's cute. It's very cute.
Now, they're there with Mickey and Minnie, and they were treated to a big ceremony, of course. Everybody clapped and stuff. And then they got the VIP treatment. They had someone walk them around the entire park and skip all the lines, and they got to tour Walt's apartment, which is above the fire station. They got to do all this fun stuff. So 71 years. It took them 71 years to get to 1 billion guests, and I thought that was pretty cool. And as soon as it was over, the poor Andres Robles family was deported. So, unfortunately. Robbie and I are going to Siskel and Ebert that new Madonna album right after these messages.
This, my friends, is the Swish Edition.
There's no excuse not to listen. Swish Edition.
Do you like my shirt? It says "Forbidden fruit is the sweetest." Is that what it says? Yeah.
It's the sweetest taboo. Just like Sade says. Sade.
Sadie.
Sadie.
Sadie. The one-hit wonder. That then when I was calling her a one-hit wonder, Kristen was screaming at me because she has like 14 major songs.
I mean, she's not a one-hit wonder, but she's not like an icon.
No, I don't think so.
I would not call her an icon.
But
this next person, I would.
They throw the icon word around way too often these days. Like if you call Shaka Khan a fucking icon one more time, I'm going to slap you upside the head. This one, the one you're about to talk to about is an icon.
Definitely an icon, 100%. Chaka Khan has her place, But would I call her an icon? I don't know.
No.
She was an inspiration to some people, but I would not call, she would call herself an icon.
Well, right. She's not a damn icon.
Yeah.
We'll have to have a whole show about who's an icon and who ain't.
Oh my God, I would love that. I'm going to have to take a month to write that list.
Right, something trouble.
So, okay, let me know when you're ready for me to get into this. Do you need to do the
do it.
bumper? Or do you do the
I know. We're done. We're back. We're back, buddy. Just do it.
Back. All right. So last Friday, July 3rd, Madonna released her much anticipated album, Confessions 2.
What? Seriously? I didn't hear anything about that.
The buzz has been rolling since the beginning of the year. So it's finally happened. Oh, it's like a, I don't want to say a dream come true because that sounds really cheesy, but it's just really happy that it has been so well received as a Madonna fan, that it's been well received by everybody. Although maybe Scott has some thoughts. I'll let him go at the end. I'm going to do mine first. So
he's going to let me.
as every like, I am such a Madonna fan. I want to do this justice. I need to make sure that this has been like, I've got my Madonna pictures up. I brought some of my favorites in. So if you don't know already, the new album dropped on Friday, like I just said, and it's a spiritual successor to 2005's Confessions on a Dance Floor, one of her greatest albums. And so Confessions 2, it's a revealing and intimate journey. And expectations have been exceeded. There are no skips on this album. There might be some lesser tracks, but there are no skips. And there's not that, Madonna's a great artist, but there are not that many albums of hers that are no skips. I'm just going to say that. But so.
Even Jimmy.
Okay, we're going to go to True Blue, which has Jimmy, which.
No, we're not going to talk about True Blue today.
But it is, that track could totally be skipped, Scott. You are right. But it grows on you. It is very catchy.
I know it is.
And if your name is Jimmy, you probably love it. But anyway, if you want to listen to Jimmy.
Stupid Jimmy Fallon asked her on The Tonight Show if she wrote the song about him, and she's like, no.
So it was so funny because she said, nope. But that's a fun song. It's kind of dumb, but it's like a 60s throwback. But anyway, Madonna's albums, typically you could skip a couple of tracks, one or two here and there. But this one, no, this one has no skips. And, when I listen to it, I've listened to it a bunch of times now. So I definitely, so it's saying it's a spiritual successor to Confessions on a Dance Floor, but I hear a lot more than just that album on this. I hear elements of Ray of Light, music, erotica, American Life, Rebel Heart, and Madame X.
So everything?
No, those are, she's had like 15, well, I say 16 studio albums because I count I'm Breathless as a studio album, which not a lot of people do. That was the one she did for Dick Tracy. It's not a soundtrack. It's music inspired by Dick Tracy. So if you count that, it's 16. So out of her 16 albums, the ones that I just mentioned, I hear in here, right? And, American Life, Rebel Heart, and Madame X were not extremely well-received albums. But so when I hear in those, and those are not my favorite albums either, I hear the best of those albums in this one. So she has perfected what was in those that worked. And I hear little pieces of it. Not saying that it's like a huge influence, but I hear more than just Confessions on a Dance Floor, which is, what this. So I'm just going to start off by going with my top 3 favorite tracks on this album.
Okay.
Danceteria is my number 1. This song is going to be known for decades to come. It is so much fun. We sort of talked about Danceteria a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, when she dropped that music video with the first 6 songs of the album. And that was the one that was in the bathroom, remember? In the club, in the bathroom. And Danceteria was the club that Madonna was discovered in. She used to hang out there. It was sort of like your Tracks. You went to Tracks in DC. Danceteria was your Tracks. All right. Just imagine if you were a famous singer and you went to Tracks and got discovered there, and now you could talk about all the fun shit you did at Tracks. For me, it was Nation. So, and I think it's so fun and authentic for an artist to sing about where they came from. And then she gets to name drop all these important figures from the early 80s Lower East Side in New York City during the time when Danceteria was popular, and she was going there before she was even famous. She does a little Vogue type rap in Danceteria. She mentions Fab Five Freddy, the B-52s, Keith Haring, Basquiat, Nile Rodgers, David Byrne. She even does a little Lou Reed, Walk on the Wild Side in this,
Yeah.
which is
He's
great.
he's actually credited as one of the writers on the track.
Well, because she goes, am I allowed to do it? Do like the little do to do thing. She does that.
Right.
And so also in this song, if you catch it, you might have to be a big Madonna fan to notice it. But in music, the song music that she came out in 2000, there's a beat in Danceteria towards the end where it's definitely music from music. Like you can hear it. It's fun. So there's some throwbacks and Easter eggs in here. She does that a lot on this album, by the way. Not gratuitous, but enough for you to notice and nod at and then move on. She does that a lot here. My second favorite track on this album is called Bizarre. And I wonder, this album is so personal, right? So, and this song, Bizarre, is definitely talking about somebody or maybe more than one person, like a love interest or a romantic partner that she has had. I'm thinking Sean Penn is definitely one of these people. She sings about a Shelby Cobra, that classic car, and a movie star with blue eyes. It's a really great song. And like, what's his name? Steve McQueen had a Shelby Cobra in one of his movies. It was a classic like muscle car type thing. So I have to look up to see if Sean Penn had one of those. But she doesn't really sing well of this person all the way, talking about sharing the red carpet and then not wanting to share the red carpet. So I don't, it could be, but I thought they sort of had a rocky relationship for a while after their divorce, but I felt like they were friendly again.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, Andy Cohen opened his show with Bizarre on Monday morning.
It's a great song. And Danceteria for me is top Madonna. It's going to be in my top list of songs. I'll have to come up with a list at some point.
I thought he was going to say top 10, and I'd be like, what? No.
It's not in my top 10 because the classics are in my top 10.
There's nothing in the top. There's nothing here on the top 10.
No, I will say that's why this is a great album for now, because it's better than what she's put out in the past 20 years. But here's the thing: when I say that, when everybody says it, they say it's the greatest album she's had in 20 years. Well, honestly, it's not that hard to be better than what she's been putting out for the past 20 years. Not that I will say this.
Mean.
No, I love Madonna, but I can be critical. Here's the thing: the every album that she's put out since Confessions have not lived up to expectations. They're not bad albums per se. Like Madonna has never put out a shit album. I will say that. And I think anybody, unless you would just hate Madonna, would be able to agree with that, because they might be doing something that you're not interested in. But after Confession, she did Hard Candy. That was, for me, that was like low tier. It was a little, she was phoning it in a bit for that one. There was a couple of tracks that were great, but then she did MDNA, which is my least favorite Madonna album. These are the dark ages of being a Madonna fan. MDNA and Rebel Heart. Yeah, you had to get out of that, right? And so now we are so happy with this. And yeah, it's easy to say this is the best album she's done in 20 years because it is. Even if she had some great albums in between, this would probably still be better than that. But now
Wait,
what's
can I
that?
ask you a question before you go? It's 2026. Do we even need albums anymore? Why can't artists just put out a song here and there? Just put out songs.
Because when you have an album, it's a cohesive collection. You have to go through a journey.
Well,
This album is taking you on a journey.
I don't want to go on a journey. Who has time to listen to a whole journey?
Well, you have the option to just cherry pick songs and listen to them.
What's your number 3?
My number 3, and honestly, I would put this number 1, but Danceteria and Bizarre are so good that I had to put this at number 3. But it is like a close 3. If I could tie Danceteria, Bizarre, and this one, I would. So
You can do anything you want.
Well, I'm not a fan of ties. What did Noxzema Jackson say in Tu Wong Fu? Tie? What you mean tie? But so my third favorite is it's Ellie. It's Lower East Side Girl,
LES Girl, yeah.
which she puts down as L.E.S. Lower East Side Girl, which is, for those of you who don't know, it's Lower East Side in Manhattan, New York. This song, it gives me goosebumps, and it's the first Madonna song to give me goosebumps in a long.
Wait, I need to listen to it again.
It's
I didn't
so
get that.
good. It's so sweet. Because here's the thing: Madonna is not usually putting out these sweet, soft type songs lately. I mean, she did on Like a Prayer. There were some great ones like Dear Jessie, Promise to Try, Cherish. This song is very sweet, and you know what? She's singing about herself, her past self, and when she first moved to New York City and fell in love with the city in the late 70s. And it's so sweet because it's part of the mythos that we have of Madonna. Like, it's part of the lore. Madonna moved to New York City with $35 in her pocket. She flew from Detroit to New York and asked the cab driver to take her to the center of everything. The cab driver took her to Times Square, and then she just took her suitcase and just made it happen. I mean, that's a story for the ages. And then she became the biggest pop star of all time for a while. So listening to her sing about herself in such an intimate, soft way, of her living on Avenue B and going down memory lane, it's really sweet. It really is, and it's lovely to hear. I'm obsessed with this song.
I guess I need to listen to it again.
Yeah, I mean, just listen. Just
It's
clear
not a
your
dance
mind and listen
song.
to it. It's not a dance song.
But it's on a dance album.
This is a dance album, but the last 3 or 4 tracks are not dance songs.
They slow it down.
Right.
Well, that's what I've said. That's what I said. It kind of ruins that dance album thing. Why didn't she put those tracks 13, 14, 15? I mean, 14, 15. I don't know. Put them somewhere else.
I don't know.
Why'd they have to be on Confessions?
They need to be here. They need to be.
Why?
Here.
Well,
because because here's the thing, she's revealing herself. This album, for me,
who cares?
Okay, here's one.
Why does that get you off?
Okay,
I don't understand.
You know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to talk about this right here. She says this on the song "One Step Away," which is one of the earlier tracks in the album. This is what she says in her intro, which you hate these intros, but I don't understand why. Because I am loving the intros because that's where she's her most vulnerable.
Oh
and
my
this
God,
intro
you are
for
so full of shit.
Am I?
Well, I think, yeah, because I don't overanalyze stuff like you do.
I don't try to overanalyze it, but I can understand it, right?
Okay.
So in One Step Away, she starts off, and it's part of the song. It's not like there's no noise and she's just talking. It's part of the song. She says that people think that dance music is superficial, but they got it all wrong. The dance floor is not just a place, it's a threshold, a ritualistic space where movement replaces language. And if anybody can understand that, it's gay men, particularly, because you want to know why? We've spent a lot of our time in clubs, on the dance floor, dancing, because you know what happens when you're on the dance floor at night, and all of your senses are just freaking assaulted, right? So you get on the dance floor, even if you're sober, you sort of feel out of it, right? Because it's dark, there's flashing lights, there's loud music. So your eyes your ears are getting distorted, and you're around people. They might be pretty people. They might be turning you on. I don't know. Like, there is just something really special about being in the middle of a dance floor at a
Gosh,
gay club.
he misses his nightclub days so
I do.
bad.
But
Yeah.
the thing is that, you can't just go to a club and experience this. No, you got to be in the right place at the right time, kind of thing. They got to be playing the right kind of music. You got to be with the right kind of people. Like, you're just not going to replicate this, right? It's happened to me a bunch of times, but I spent 15 years in DC in a lot of clubs, and uh, music nowadays is kind of not good. Like, you're not going to get on the dance floor and experience some moment like I have in my peak times. But songs on this album, if you heard them on the dance floor, they would do that for you.
I saw some
Like
people
Danceteria.
Yeah, I saw some people videos of people dancing and seeming to really enjoy it.
Yeah, so, like, and also another thing about this album, like, that's what I just said. The dance floor is not superficial, and that's what so many people think, especially like people outside of the gay community who don't understand it. It's like, oh, dance music's stupid. No, if you listen to dance music, some of it is very deep. You just have to listen to the words. And also, not since Ray of Light, her critically acclaimed 1998 album that she released right after she had Lourdes, or Lola, her first child. We haven't been given this much access to her personal life since that time period. I'd say Like a Prayer was her first personal album. Ray of Light was her second. There are elements of a lot of personal stuff on American life. So I would say that might be third, even though that album is very uneven and not very popular. But this is her fourth. For being quite personal. And, I feel like all this personal stuff that she's talking about on this album was born from when she was going through her head about when she was writing her biopic. She was writing that for years. We talked about that a couple episodes ago, where she spent 2 years writing the screenplay, and then Universal just canned it. So here she is.
Which makes no sense to me.
Makes no sense, especially after this album coming out and listening to all this personal stuff.
It must
that
not
could
have been
be
good,
in a biopic.
Robbie, they would have made the movie if the script was
Oh
good.
my God, Scott! They just released a movie called Supergirl, where the dog is CGI, and the girl is some Gen X brat, like looking like Kesha on crack.
Yeah, but
even though Kesha was on crack.
But your friend schooled you on that, why they did that, because that's the way the character in the comic books has always been.
Bullshit.
So,
you know what? I don't give a fuck about that. You know why? Because most of the time, you don't have to go directly to the source. There's been a lot of stories where they deviated because the original source doesn't translate well to film. Who wants to see someone like that in a movie? Well, I'll tell you why. Nobody, because that's why nobody went to go see it.
Well, because it came, the previews that I saw make me totally not want to see it. And
I was not interested in it.
And she showed up right at the end of Superman last year, or whatever it was, and it was like, that Supergirl? No, thank you.
Right. And that's how we got on this, because you said that maybe the screenplay wasn't good. But here, Madonna had Diablo Cody writing the screenplay with her. Do you know who Diablo Cody is?
Of course I do, but then fired her and got someone new. So
I don't know if she fired her, but I think she got what she needed from her.
I thought she fired her.
I don't think she did.
Or Cody quit.
Because it was taking so long. I don't know. But anyway, Madonna was doing all this, so she was reflecting so hard. And you can tell by the songs that she's put into this album how well she's been reflecting.
Yeah, and I think he likes it a lot better than I do.
Well, I don't think you listened to it, to be honest.
I did listen to it.
Here's the other thing. This is when Madonna shines, and she transcends into a true artist, is in her music when she's singing in a place of vulnerability.
Yeah.
When she sings with authentic emotions, you can tell when you're listening to Madonna, when she's putting out a song that means something to her, she is not phoning it in. You listen to the pleas to her Papa and Papa Don't Preach. That is authentic emotion. You listen to the haunting chorus of Live to Tell or the story she's doing in that is authentic emotion. You
That's a
listen to
good
her
one.
sing to women and express yourself. Come on, girls, you believe in love, and she gets in to express herself. She is 100% committed to that. Madonna commits to her music, and when she does that, that's her best. When she doesn't fully commit or she's not fully vulnerable in certain aspects, that's when it doesn't work. That's why Hard Candy didn't work for me. It all sounded phoned in. It didn't sound authentic.
Have you told her that?
I will tonight, long
Have you ever
distance. I'll
have you ever met
I'll
her?
call her Collect.
Have you ever met her?
No, I have never met her, and I'd
No.
honestly be a little intimidated and scared to meet her. You know, she's such a big thing to me that I don't know if I would want to meet her because that would just make her more human.
Yeah.
Because the people
I-
that I have met makes them human, and then it's not that and also just while we're talking about Madonna, I want to say that I did get the Grindr exclusive vinyl release of the new album, and this is a picture disc.
Is that the Icon edition? No.
No, this is the Grindr exclusive edition.
So have you heard Hot Sauce?
I have heard Hot Sauce. I thought it was fun, but there's a lot of it in Spanish, so I don't know what she's saying, but I can get the vibe, you know?
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, Hot Sauce is the 17th track, which is only available on the Icon edition of the album. So
Mhm. So I'm wrapping up, Scott. I just want to say one more thing about Madonna, and actually two more things. One more thing about her, and then another thing about something else. But so here's the thing, and I'm just going to encapsulate this whole thing with this. At this point in her career and her life, at 67 years old, been in the business over 40 years, she's not competing with other pop stars
No.
of the moment or
she
whatever.
doesn't have to.
She's competing with past versions of herself. Do you
She
realize
has
that?
she has her entire career. Yeah.
Because every time a new album comes out, they say, oh, well, it's nothing like what I just did in this review. It's nothing like Ray of Light, or, oh,
Right.
I wish she'd do more stuff like she did when in Desperately Seeking Susan in 1985. Like, what if someone came up to you and said, I want you to do stuff that you did back when you were 25 years old? You'd have to stop and say, what the hell was I even doing at 25? See, this is the kind of thing that she has to deal with because she's a public figure. And just because everything that she's done in her adult life has been iconic, which it has, you have to sit there and think, it must be really weird for someone to come up to you and be like, oh, remember when you did this? Like, I don't know.
Just had to deal with that forever since the beginning.
Yeah. So I wanted to end it with that. She's not competing with other pop stars. She's competing with past versions of herself. And that's what she's always going to have to do.
Yeah.
Right.
But
And also,
she's also a brilliant marketer
she's a brilliant marketer. She's a great
and
artist.
self-promoter. Yeah. And bringing in Sabrina Carpenter on this album was genius because Sabrina Carpenter is one of the biggest pop stars right now.
And
so
I love
very
Sabrina.
smart.
I love Sabrina Carpenter, and I love that song. But
Yeah.
that song does not have the depth of any of a lot of the other songs on the album. So if you're going to base how you feel about this album on that song, you're not scratching the surface. That is probably the shallowest song on the album.
Well, and that's probably why I like it. I Feel So Free, Bring Your Love, Danceteria, and that's about it.
Well,
I mean, the rest.
I Feel So Free is, when I was talking about her vulnerability, I think she's extremely vulnerable in that intro for I Feel So Free. I have never heard her talk about her innermost feelings the way that she does like this on any recorded track.
Also, the first time I listened to the whole thing, I was reading the lyrics while I was listening to it. I think her lyrics are kind of like basic.
Which
Like,
ones?
all of them.
Well, she's a pop star. She's not
not a great lyricist. I think she's better. I mean, she's a great performer. I think she needs someone to help her write better lyrics.
Okay. I mean, honestly, Scott, I'm not going to argue with you there. That's fair. She's a pop star, not a singer-songwriter like Joni Mitchell or something.
I could show you some examples. I don't have them
Yeah,
in front of me now, so I
please
can't do
do.
that. I couldn't tell you any of the lyrics to any of these songs because I've only listened
Well,
to
here's
them a
the
few
thing,
times. So
Scott. I told you before. I'm a big fan. I will call her out on some crazy shit.
yeah,
There's a cringy lyric that on Confessions Part 1, where it's a good song except for this one lyric that I hate. It's I love New York. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
I cannot stand that song. The whole thing is awful, I think. But
Where she
what
says,
line
so
are you talking about?
I think the song is fun and good except for one
Yeah.
lyric.
Yeah.
And it's at the beginning. She says, I don't like cities, but I like New York. Other cities make me feel like a dork. I
Yeah.
hate that
It's
so
a horrible
much. Like, I
Yeah.
can't believe she didn't have a gay best friend that said, girl, can
This
we
is awful.
just cut that line, please?
Right.
But I
Yeah.
don't know. But then again, at the same time, I feel like she's putting it in there on purpose, knowing how cringy it is because I don't know.
Because she can. That's what she wanted. She can do
I don't
whatever
know.
she
Like,
wants because
but
she's
no,
Madonna.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the last thing I want to do before I end this is I just want
Yeah.
to say this, and it's not a review of the album anymore. I'm done with that.
Okay.
And ultimately, I will say that I do love this album a lot. I love Confessions, but there's so much more layers to this one than the original Confessions. I think she was way more professional on Confessions 1, which sort of hinders it. It's too professional, it's too polished. This one has some cracks that you can fill in with gold. You've seen those broken vases that are filled in with gold. That's what this is.
Okay.
I'm not going to straight up say that this is better than Confessions 1, but it's next to it. But anyway, so also, who is going to garner this much excitement for an album release at her age? Who is going to garner this much excitement? Do you want to know why I say that? Because people keep wanting to say that Madonna needs to retire. Oh, go home, grandma. It's time to go back to the retirement community. Like, she's not, number one, she's not even a grandmother. None of her kids have kids. So that's stupid. You're ridiculous for even saying that.
Why do you give them? Why are you even giving them any time? I mean, why do you care? What?
It's
There's
just really
always going to be
annoying
those
that
people.
somebody. It's because they're attacking someone for wanting to be themselves and continue to be successful. Yes, you can. You can totally attack her clothes.
Because
what do you mean?
I think
the
over-sexualization, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Her grabbing herself or wearing super, super revealing things at her age is kind of gross, I think. Well, I know you don't agree with me, but
I mean, I don't agree or disagree. She is what she is. I don't question it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't question why a tortoise has a shell. I don't question why a bee has a stinger. You know what I mean?
Why is Madonna still,
Madonna is Madonna, and why are you gonna tell her what she is gonna do? Number one, she is definitely not gonna care. Number two,
Right.
I think what she's doing, I think she's normalizing. She's always normalized things that are fringe, right? And now, when she did that Times Square performance last month, she was wearing like that outfit, and she was showing off some of her arms, which have aged. But I think she did that on purpose to say, look, I'm a woman of, this is what I look like now. I am 67 and I've been working out my whole life, but my arms still look older here. You can see that I've aged, and it's okay. And if you have arms like this, it's okay to show them off too. Who the fuck cares? And I think that's what she's doing.
Maybe
you can laugh all you want, but you know
because
what?
You're saying that she's fine with her aging arms, but she's done so much stuff to her face that she looks almost unrecognizable. So,
well, at the same time, Scott, here's the thing: she doesn't do anything to her face. Like in the 90s, she was starting to age a little bit. People were saying how old she looked, and then she got her face filled in. Then they're like, "Oh, she looks like an alien. She looks like a robot. She doesn't even look like herself anymore."
They do this to everybody. They'll do it to Beyonce. They'll do it to Taylor Swift.
No, they were not going to do that to
Taylor Swift some year.
Madonna gets it the worst, and you want to know why? Because society loves to punish someone who is a free spirit. They want to,
And you don't think they'll do it to Taylor?
They want to hammer that nail in. They want to tell Madonna what it's like because she's being able to do what she wants to do. And the people that have a problem with it want to do it too. They just can't do it for whatever reason. And Taylor's never going to get that. You want to know why? Because Taylor is a basic singer. She's a decent singer. When I say basic, I mean she's a basic white girl. And she's married now to a football player. How basic is that?
Hardly basic.
It's very basic.
Hardly basic.
Very
You're
basic.
Crazy.
No.
If I had a choice between going to a Taylor Swift concert and a Madonna concert, I'm going to pick Taylor every time.
Well, I would not want to hang out with you that night because that is so basic.
We're also putting a moratorium on any topic about Madonna for the next 3 months.
3
How about
months?
that?
What if something crazy happens? What if she does something? I was going to say something, but what if she
It's
does
done.
something crazy in 3 months?
It's all happened now. It's all happened. What else is coming? Is there something else coming?
Who knows? But
Who knows?
like who are Madonna's contemporaries?
There aren't any. There
Right?
aren't any.
Whitney, Michael Jackson, George Michael, Prince, dead. Madonna's still here.
Drugs, because Madonna doesn't do drugs. They all died of drugs.
Cindy
What about
Lauper.
Cher?
Cher is
Cyndi
nowhere.
Lauper is nowhere near Madonna icon
Well, I
status.
know, and that's what I'm saying. Cindy Lauper could never get this much excitement over a release of an album.
No, not
Neither
at all.
could Janet Jackson.
Neither could Cher.
Neither could Cher because you know what? Cher, I love Cher, but she's nowhere near as interesting as Madonna is.
But it's because Janet hasn't put out quality shit lately, but she still looks amazing and she's still performing at top form. So Janet still has it.
I just don't
She's
think,
just not
think
putting a
people
lot
are
of
as
effort into
interested
it.
in Janet as they are in Madonna generally because of a lot of things.
You're right.
But also here, before we leave on this, I just want to say three things.
It's the next episode already now. I'm just kidding.
So let's see. How do you feel about Elton John?
He's old.
Yeah. Do you hear people talk about him in the tabloids or the media, how he needs to retire, hang it up, he's old? Do you hear that a lot? Do you hear people talking about him at all?
No, I've already agreed with you. It's not fair. It's not fair.
So I just want to bring that up because
just ignore it though. That's what I said.
He had an album that just came out recently.
Yeah, it was really good. With
Was
Brandi
it?
Carlile. Brandi Carlile's on it. Yeah,
it was called
good.
Wonderful Crazy Night.
Yeah.
He was 68 when it came out, which this was the last one. I think this was maybe like 10 years ago. He was 68 when it came out. He's done stuff since then. No, I looked it up. This was like his last studio album.
Well, you're talking about an album. He's had songs out.
So it hit number 8 on the charts.
What's your point?
And it sold 58,000 units on its week. Paul McCartney. He was born in 1942, so he's up there in age. He just had an album come out in May. Did you even know that it came out? You heard of his album?
On Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Did you hear people talking about it?
No.
Did you see any promotion he did on it, like out and about? Like,
yeah, he was on Saturday Night Live.
Okay, that doesn't count. I mean, that's one thing, but
how does that not count? It's a national
show.
It's
one thing. But do people here? John.
He filled the fucking football stadium here in Vegas. He was on a stadium tour. He can fill a 60, 70,000 seat theater.
Well, his album.
You're trying to discount Paul McCartney?
I'm not.
You can't put Paul McCartney, Elton John, and Madonna are all friggin' on the same playing field.
This is what I'm trying to say, Scott. Nobody is telling Paul McCartney that he needs to retire, that he's too old, that he shouldn't be doing this anymore.
I think you're wrong about that. I just read an article.
I have never heard anyone say that about Paul McCartney.
There was a whole article in the Atlantic, I think it was, just a month or two ago about how he needs to stop. So people are doing it. People do it.
People are nowhere near as nasty about it as they are with Madonna.
Right. Robbie's getting really worked up about this. Really worked up. You'll defend this woman till her dying day.
I just don't think it's fair. I just don't think it's very fair. It's okay to not like Madonna for whatever.
Do you think she lets it bother her?
I think she does, actually. I really do.
Yeah.
It's okay to not like Madonna if you're not into that. You like death metal. Fine. You're not going to like Madonna. All right, but you don't need to attack her for how she looks or say that she sucks, even though I don't even know anything about her music. But anyway, I'm done.
Are you going to listen to, which song are you going to listen to on your way to dinner?
Well, I think CJ's going to drive, and I normally just let him listen to his music when we're in his car.
Okay.
He's not the biggest Madonna fan, so it's kind of a problem, but he likes Celine Dion.
Me too. I like Madonna. You know I like Madonna. I like all the stuff before 2000. I haven't really,
No,
I like
Scott,
some of the stuff since.
the stuff that she released before 2000 is epic, and I'm with you on that. I'm more into that, right? And I always listen to that, but I am a continuing loyal fan.
Good.
But I don't blindly love everything she does.
How much was that picture disc that you got?
It came from Grindr. If you're on Grindr, you see that she has a little profile in the grid. Back when it first was available, it was only $16. I quickly ordered it, and then a friend of mine went to order it like a couple of days later, and it was already sold out.
Well, so when did you get it?
Well, I ordered it when it was first announced. It must have been like a month or so ago, maybe 2 months ago.
I know, but when did you actually physically get the record?
It physically arrived on Friday. Yeah.
Wow. So they did they timed
Friday,
it really
July 3rd,
well.
the day that it came out. Yeah, is when I got it.
And have you listened to it, or are you just listening to it on your phone?
So I ordered it digitally, and that's how I listened to it. But I would have a record player, but there's a whole story about it.
No, we're not doing that today.
Yeah. So there's a whole story about why I don't have a record player, and it involves my dead cat.
Oh my God. Write that down and tell us that story next week.
I'll try.
If you want to.
If I can do it without crying.
No, then don't.
No, I'm kidding.
Don't.
I'm kidding.
All right, I'm going to send you a record player for your birthday.
So Scott I'm just going to say what happened. It takes a minute. He loved to sit on top of the record player, and something scared him, and he just propelled off of it this way, and the record player went that way, and it landed on the ground, and it broke. I had bought that record player like 2 months before. I was kind of mad, but now that I think about it, and he's passed since then, it sort of makes me feel a particular way about it. Like, I'm not mad at him anymore. I just put it away because I couldn't deal with it, and I don't even. So I do not have a record player to listen to this on anymore.
When we were opening the boxes when we moved into this house, I opened one box and I found my record player up on its end in the box. And I'm like, what fucking idiot packing up my house thought it was a good idea to put a record player up on its side? So it was completely broken. But I took that motherfucker apart myself, and I bought some parts online, and I fixed that damn thing myself.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's working just fine now.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could fix it. You're handy, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Scott, you're going to have your work cut out for you on editing this episode.
I'm leaving it all in.
Leave it all in.
I'll just let AI do it.
Yeah, let AI edit it.
I'm kind of thinking about cutting the whole Madonna section.
What?
I'm just kidding.
That's my review. That is my written review. Put it in the New York Times.
I would never hear the end of it.
But no, yes.
All right. That's it for this week. We'll be back next week with a whole brand new episode, and we'll talk about something else. How about that?
I'm okay with that, because now that it's out, we can just let it go.
All right. Take those pictures down behind you. All right. I love you. Have a great dinner, and I'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
The Swish Edition is a production of Bethwick Media, LLC. Learn more about the show at swishedition.com. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast app or site. But only if you like us.
Oh my God, guess what? I went and had a very healthy lunch today. I went to Burger King for lunch. And I'm sitting in the line waiting to place my order. And this van drives into the parking lot and past me.
Was it Matt
And
Foley?
no, no, not that. Because he's dead. But it was painted exactly like the Mystery Machine on Scooby-Doo.
That's cute.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And I happen to have one right here.
Oh, fun.
It's a dog toy. But I refused to give it to the dogs because I thought it was so cool that I had to have it on my shelf.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Oh my God, I'm such a dork. Such a dork. But anyway, it was really fun. You got too much energy for a Monday.
Well, I did take a caffeine pill.
Did you?
I did.
What's the point of that?
So I don't
Be peppy?
get tired. Like, I'm going out after this too, so.
Secret movie?
No secret movie this time. I got to tell you what the secret movie was. But no, tonight we're going out to dinner with a couple of people that are part of the August Forest Wine Club. They're visiting from out of town, and they're about to move to Australia. So we're going out to dinner with them. But no, last Monday was the secret movie I saw was Young Washington. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, my mom and dad went to it on 4th of July.
So I have a lot of thoughts about this. Okay, I'll tell you. Number one, first and foremost, the most important thing is that the guy playing George Washington is hot as fuck. He is so cute. I would watch him do anything. So, and I'm kind of a little bit, I wouldn't call myself a history buff per se, but I am very much interested in history, especially the older I get. And it's, I'm a very curious person. So I was like, yeah, I'll watch a movie about George Washington in the early years, especially if he's going to look that cute with that actor. Then, so I had already kind of wanted to see it before the secret movie series. So when the movie was Young Washington, which I suspected, I was like a little like, okay, but the two friends I was with were like, oh God. But so because it's produced by Angel Studios, so they kind of have a little bit of an agenda, like they like lean right a little, and they're like fundamentalist. I don't know, but I couldn't really see any of that in the movie. So, I mean, there was a speech from Kelsey Grammer during the credits, which I thought was a little weird, but
he's super right.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. It's kind of like, would I call it patriotic? I don't know. There were some weird things that happened in that movie that I don't know. It was interesting though. But my friends thought it was boring. I mean, yeah, I say interesting because the guy was cute. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm like turned into a teenage girl, and I think that it would be better as if it was called Hung Washington.
Oh my God.
Instead of Young Washington. But I don't know. Apparently it made 20 million over the weekend, so they're already going to do a sequel. I mean, I don't know. Like, he didn't have any children of his own. All of the children he had were other people's kids. So I don't know what that was about, and I know that he was not as cute as this actor was in real life. He was kind of crazy looking, but whatever.
He had weird hairdo for most of his adult life.
I wasn't like completely upset it was Young Washington, but like I said, my friends were, and two people in front of us got up to leave when it started.
Really? Yeah.
They were like, yeah, we're not in the mood for this. I mean, it was sort of like the kind of thing you would watch in elementary school about history. But it wasn't quite that dusty. But, this was way before he was even president or anything. He was kind of like a little bit of a failure.
Right. Well, some history stuff can be good. Those the series we watched on Benjamin Franklin last year was really, really good. I enjoyed that. Played by Michael Douglas. Did you see that?
Michael Douglas played Benjamin Franklin.
Really good.
I
Why is
did
that
not
funny?
think I
He
even
did a
knew.
good job.
Well,
He did a
because
good-
I don't picture Michael Douglas as looking like Benjamin Franklin.
Well, Michael Douglas
was about to be
is really
rude.
old.
I was about to be
now.
rude to one of our founding fathers, which I was not wanting to do, but
No, you shouldn't do that. Anyway, all right, let's tape this thing so you can go to dinner. And then I have to fucking make dinner.
you should always order dinner on Mondays since you're doing the show. You don't have time to cook anything.
I know. Or since I have to do the show on Mondays and Dale is just sitting down there watching TV, why doesn't he make the fucking dinner?
Well, what's the answer to that question?
I don't know how to make dinner.
He doesn't know how to make dinner?
That's what he'll say.
Oh.
He does. He has.
I mean, there are so many things you can make out of a box.
Well,
for
when
dinner. I mean, just ask
had-
my mother. That's all she does is make stuff out of a box.
we had hamburgers and hot dogs on 4th of July, he manned the grill outside. So,
That's how butch of him.
yeah, he's always done that. He always does the grill.
And I must say, I'm really happy that you took a story off of the outline that was on the list of stories that we could have done. Is that stupid hot dog eating contests?
But yeah, it wasn't interesting.
I think it's gross that we do that. It's so gross. It's so gross. It's
it
gluttonous.
wasn't
and
even the
it's
finale.
ugh.
It was just a qualifying round. No, I took
I-
that off. That was,
Every time that comes around, I see it in the news and I'm like, ugh,
yeah.
how nasty. So I was like, I'm glad we don't have to talk about that.
Do it. You don't have to talk about anything you don't want to talk about. You just let me know.
I mean, I'll talk about a lot of things. I just don't like, I mean, I will talk about wieners getting stuffed in mouths, but not the kind that you typically eat.
Dale has a t-shirt that says, "It's not July 4th until my wiener comes out."
Okay, I really like that shirt. I want to see him wear it.
It's really great. He couldn't find it. He was going to wear it on Saturday and couldn't find it.